Hey, it's Sam. I'm making this quick video to talk about the Mars, Ketu, and Taurus conjunction right now. It's getting closer to absolute perfection, and we're seeing a lot of this being reflected in all of the, for one thing, the extreme heat in the country, at least in the US. There's this major heat wave going on. And of course we also see it with the big budget battles that's going on within our government to raise the debt ceiling. It's calling into question all these big Taurus themes, which have to do with our values, what we find the most valuable, and of course that also, compels us to be sort of fanatical about what we think is right and how things should be, and what we, where we're sort of entrenched and where we're sort of dug in, because that's the nature of Taurus. So we have Mars and Ketu in Taurus. Of course, Taurus, as I said, it's about money, value, wealth, but it's also being stubborn and stuck in those things. And they're not unrelated, see, because the way we build wealth is we stay consistently focused on it. Taurus is a very consistent, forward-moving sign. It moves forward in the sense of to build accumulation and to build things that bring comfort and that bring value. Taurus is also related to the things that we've already experienced that are deeply entrenched in our mind. And this also includes things like food and habits and daily routines and things that we don't change easily, and that give us a sense of structure in our life. So all these things are related. Of course, when you look at what someone has in their immediate environment, which is another thing related to Taurus, their possessions and stuff, when you see what the person owns, what they possess, you'll see a lot about their values. What's most valuable to them? What do they spend their money on? What do they take their wealth and spend it on in order to feel that sense of value and that sense of connection? So that's what Taurus is about. And then Mars and Ketu are there. Ketu is about discrimination and criticism and a very kind of strict and exacting nature that's very sort of hypercritical and inflexible in the sense of feeling that we have it all figured out. I know all about that thing, and it's right, and that's it. That's the nature of Ketu, because it is in many ways the wisdom we've acquired through our past experience, even through past lives and all this stuff where we're certain that it's right. And so anything that's not that, we criticize. This is why Ketu is debilitated in Taurus. You see, because Ketu is where we're kind of stuck and we're sort of certain of something, like psychologically, intellectually, based on the past, based on our past expertise, because it's true, we have mastered that thing on some level. It's not completely mastered, though, but our expertise closes our mind to greater possibility. This is why Ketu is most powerful, I think, in Sagittarius, where we're open to new possibilities, where we're looking for higher answers. But it's debilitated in Taurus because Taurus, as I just said, is where we're also kind of stuck. I've been saying this for a few months. This is why Ketu is debilitated in Taurus. It's also very powerful in Scorpio, where we dig deeper into things where we're not sure, where we're not trying to cling to stability and certainty. See, Taurus is like material certainty, and Ketu is like almost like a soul level of certainty. Because it's literally like what our soul has experienced and learned. So Ketu in Taurus further establishes that sort of certainty around our values, value systems. And Mars is there. Mars is getting closer and closer, where we're willing to like go to war, fight over it, battle over it. So you're seeing in this debt ceiling debate in the US, both sides are like intractable. They're like stuck in ideology. They're like fanatical about their ideology rather than being practical about what needs to get done. And this is the kind of irony, because in order to have true wealth and true value, we need to be dynamic, and we need to be letting go of things that are preventing us from moving forward and all this kind of stuff. So we're seeing this kind of intractable nature around values, value systems, and whatnot being shown in our politics, of course, and that's also a microcosm of our personal life. You want to assess in your life, where are you stuck? Where have you been certain about a certain value, certain, like somewhat stuck in in this notion that you have this thing all figured out and you've been kind of stuck in it lately, and how has that been holding you back? And how does it give you strength? How does it clarify what's really valuable? This is the powerful part of it, because Mars Ketu is going to bring a lot of concentration and the need to destroy something. See, and this is the big problem even with the debt ceiling. No one wants to destroy anything. No one wants to stick their neck out and say, you see, because we know that the current paradigm is unsustainable. Neither side can have everything they want around their ideology. They have to give in somewhere, and no one wants to give in. No one wants any skin in the game, as it's called. And that's what Mars Ketu is. This is why it's frustrating, because neither side can have what they want unless they give up something. Taurus is where we don't want to give up, and Mars is where we don't want to give up. Mars is where we want to win, and Ketu is where we're certain we're right. I'm certain I'm right, I want to win, and I don't want to give up anything that's valuable to me. This is why it's been hard. So you can see this as a composite in your own life as well. What are your values and what's most valuable to you? And are you stuck in things? Where can you give in? Where can you stop trying to just win at all costs and be more graceful with others in your life that, you know, have a common goal with you? Because we all have a common goal, whether it's as citizens of the U.S. or citizens of the world at this point, because if there's not some agreement reached, it could wreck the world economy, because the dollar is the standard, and the more that comes into question, you know, the more you know, markets and our international relationships between currencies becomes destabilized. So ponder this in your own life as well. Now, since the sun went into Cancer on a few days ago, June 16th, the end of June 16th, we've softened quite a bit. That's why you've seen some compromises in the Congress with some proposals put forward. There's been movement because the sun went into sidereal Cancer, and so we're checking in with our heart going, I don't know. And we're sort of checking in more with an intuitive power, which is what Cancer is. Before the sun was in Gemini, where it's just all details and trying to, you know, establish who's right along the idea parameter. Now we're more checked into the heart and saying, maybe it's not so important if I win this intellectual debate. There's something deeper, you know, more intuitive that is also important. So just a quick video, and leave some comments. Let me know what you think of these things and how relevant they are in your life.